Okay, I'm gonna start now. To social media, women have been discriminated because of their appearance, and products. There are 3 points into framing. First, right now, this world is more male dominant, and women are insecure of their beauty and insecure to speak out to about themselves. A lot of women get judged because of their beauty, how they look like, because of how they act, and men think they are more dominant in this world we are living right now. So feminist narratives are inspirational quotes mainly for women, and fashion beauty products is products mainly for women, mainly for fashion beauty for women. So for our mechanism, we will increase more feminist narratives in advertisements of fashion and beauty. We just put more feminist narratives inside advertisements in the fashion and beauty company. So, and to the points. Women have a right to be secure about themselves. There are 3 reasons to why this is true. First, it will boost the woman's confidence affected by family or co-workers. Just like I said in my opening, women are being judged just by their beauty and by their appearance and how they act. So it can ease a woman about their beauty and to about the males being dominant, males judging them all the time. They can give them self-acceptance. They can accept themselves that I am actually really beautiful. To this quotes that like for example, I am worth it. They can accept themselves. They are worth it. They actually look beautiful. They actually could accept themselves for being a woman, for looking like this. It can, and this can make males work harder. This can make the equality with the genders, with the males, make it more equal for everyone, like yin and yang. And by working together, they will have a better community. Better community. Everyone will be friendlier to each other in the workspace, in the co-workers, to everyone, to their boss. Everybody will have a good community. Everybody will have a good environment together. Everybody will be kind to each other, and to help and this will help women feel ready for life experiences. When women are confident, we are more likely to move forward with people and opportunities. Like when women are more confident, they are able. They are, like, for example, a woman is scared to go out because she's scared of being judged by her appearance, judged by men. If we do this inspirational quotes by products, they will actually, just like I said, have self-acceptance. They actually have the confidence to go outside, go post in social media, or even chat in social media on. And for the second point, it gives a creative, positive community and environment. So it gives, how does it give a positive community? The community will see this product and say, oh, this actually has woman quotes, and the community of women, let's say, a woman were able to accept each other and support each other. They will say, hey, you're beautiful. Women will strive together into one group and go together to ease themselves, to talk to each other. If they're really insecure about themselves, the woman can just talk to each other about it, and it will spread a positive message about women to everyone around the globe. Like to males, it spread a positive message to everyone. It's basically saying like, hey, we should encourage feminism more. Hey, you should not judge a woman by their appearance. Okay, third point, it is a good way of advertising. By saying this, we do not mean that we want to exploit feminism to advertise and to earn money, but to actually support both company and women. So by telling this, just like I said, you can create a positive community and environment for the women, and you can make them feel more confident, and you can ease the woman, and can give them self-acceptance. You give the woman feel better, and the woman will think that this product actually cares about us, so they will use this product more, buy the beauty products more. Since beauty and fashion products are mainly aimed for women will use this product more. So it's a win-win situation between the company and between the woman. Like I said, we're not trying to use feminism as a way to advertise and as a way to earn money. We just want a woman to feel better. We want to benefit women, and we want to benefit ourselves. So to compare, in our work, we strive for the women's empowerment, making women more secure about themselves, making women have the confidence to actually go out, speak out for themselves, making women to able to gather together and talk to each other, actually expressing themselves. We want women to be more secure about themselves and to create a positive environment for both genders, positive environment. Since we do this, the males will know that this company will actually make this with the feminism narrative. They're actually trying to tell something. So males will treat women the same and more fairly. So this will create a more positive environment for both genders, and we want it to, and we, the government, want it to be fair for both genders. We want the women to actually strive out. So in the opposite world, women are insecure about themselves. Women are scared about their appearance. Women are actually very unconfident. Women are scared of this dominant man keep talking about their appearance. Dominant man keep judging them So they, in their world, they don't have a way to solve this. We actually found a solution to we actually found a solution to close the gap between man and woman. We found a solution how to make men better. The solution, and to conclude, in why government will win this debate, we help more women who are insecure around the world. We help more people, and we help women to be more secure, women to be more confident, women to not be scared about doing just little things in their daily life to be being judged. And women are very vulnerable in our debate right now. Why? Women, just like I said, women are being judged, women are being, so we need to help women. We need to help women by doing these things. Although we cannot just tell the government and shout to everyone that feminism, we can instead use these feminism narrative codes instead. This will not cause this can also avoid any conflict. So I am so proud to propose.
All right, thank you, Prime Minister. I now invite the Leader of Opposition.
Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, okay, thanks. So I'll start my speech in 3, 2, 1. So our motion today is this House supports the inclusion of feminist narratives in advertisements of fashion and beauty products. But today, we as the opposition tell you that we do not support the inclusion of feminist narratives in advertisements of fashion and beauty products. But before that, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good afternoon I bid to the honorable adjudicator, worthy opponents, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so before we start, let me give you a brief rundown of what we as the opposition are going to do today. So me as the first speaker shall rebut points given by the first affirmative speaker and provide points supporting our stand. Our second speaker shall further support our stand while rebutting the second affirmative speaker's points. And our third speaker will do a basic summary of the debate and rebut the government's points. And last of all, I will be giving the reply speech summarizing everything we've been talking about in this debate and rebutting points given from the government. Now, without further ado, let's begin. So just now, what the first government speaker said, that by supporting the inclusion of feminist narratives in advertisements of fashion and beauty products, we can help the women that feel insecure. But I don't think that this is the case, because if you pay attention to those advertisements, they always choose beautiful women to be in those advertisements, which causes other women that are not as beautiful to feel insecure and unhappy. And some companies just include the feminist narratives in advertisements of fashion and beauty products to earn more money, to manipulate and make women buy their products. Now that's all for my rebuttals. And now here are some points. Yeah.
How does this type of advertisement manipulate women to buying their products?
If the advertisement says something that catches the woman's attention, makes them feel happy, of course, it makes them more eager and wanting to buy their products. Now, moving on, any more questions? Take that as a no. Now, without further ado, let's continue with my points that support my stance. Sorry, my stand. So authenticity and credibility. Companies use feminist narratives merely as a marketing strategy, like what I said just now, without genuinely promoting gender equality or women's rights. This can lead to accusations of femvertising, where brands exploit feminist ideas for profit, damaging the credibility and authenticity of the movement. For example, a large fashion brand launches an ad campaign. Yeah.
I already said in my speech that we as a company, do not strive to exploit and use women as feminism to earn money. So what do you mean by saying this?
Not all companies choose to not exploit. Some still exploit. You can't guarantee 100% that every single company will use this just for good reason and not exploit women. Yes, I know that some will not, but some will still exploit their feelings. All right, so moving on, this can lead to accusations. I said that. For example, a large fashion brand launches an ad campaign featuring female empowerment slogans and imagery, but has a history of underpaying and mistreating its female employees. This could lead to accusations of using feminism for marketing purposes without genuinely supporting gender equality within the company. Now, moving on to my second point, tokenism and co-opting. Some companies may use feminist narratives to appear progressive and treatment of women within their organizations. For example, a beauty brand releases an ad featuring a feminist message, but it lacks diversity in its models and does not include women of color or women of different body types, giving the appearance of supporting feminism superficially without truly embracing inclusivity. Moving on to my third point, reinforcing gender stereotypes. Feminist narratives in advertisements can sometimes reinforce gender stereotypes by focusing solely on traditionally feminine aspects of beauty, appearance, and empowerment, limiting the diversity of the feminist movement. For example, a fashion advertisement portrays women as glamorous, primarily interested in their appearance, and dependent on beauty products to feel empowered. This perpetuates the stereotype that women's empowerment is linked solely to their physical appearance. Now, moving on to my final point, exploitation and objectification. Some feminist critics contend that beauty and fashion industries inherently objectify women, and using feminist narratives in advertisements could further exploit women's bodies and appearance for profit. For example, a cosmetic company releases an ad campaign showcasing a feminist and inspired makeup line that uses taglines like power lips and confident eyes, reinforcing the idea that a woman's power and confidence comes solely from her appearance, which is absolutely not true. So that's the end of my speech. I hope that I've managed to convince you that we should not support the inclusion of feminist narratives in advertisements of fashion and beauty products. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Leader of Opposition. I now invite Deputy Prime Minister.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Hello? Oh, okay, thank you. I'll start my speech in 3, 2, 1. I am a woman and I understand how judgmental this world is. And before we get into the arguments, I would just like to make a few simple rebuttals against the opposition. Now, the opposition has been stating on and on again about exploitation, but the government already said that these types of company will actually tell women what they need to hear. They will actually promote more inclusivity, more confidence to them. And even so, even if exploitation do happen, there is actually a chance for everything to happen in this world. Nothing is 100% a guarantee, but we are actually providing more positive impact when we use feminist narratives in advertisement of fashion and beauty products. Moving on. The opposition has talked about us not promoting women's rights, but I'll further narrate. Narrate how this will actually we will actually include this later on. Now, moving to our points, like my first speaker has said, when you include this type of female narratives in advertisements of fashion and beauty products, women are actually more empowered because they see people, they see those narratives like you are worth it and that you have, that beauty has no limit. So a lot of the times women are actually affected by their family or co-workers, telling them that you're not enough and you cannot complete something, or you just don't look good and things like that. Now, a lot of the time it actually decreases women's self-esteem, and they have low self-esteem, and a lot of times they do not work fully because they think that they are weaker than other people, and they do not have self-confidence to make sure that things are done. And also, when you boost women confidence, it actually helps women to feel ready for life experiences. And when you are confident, you're more likely to move forward with people and opportunities. Also, women will be more more accepting for themselves, because when you boost someone's confidence, they will feel good about themselves. They will feel like they are able to do something, and they will move forward and actually improve their productivity and improve their workspace. And so they will actually work harder. They will be as equal as males. And when you work together, you will actually get a much more friendlier workspace with more productivity, which is what we are creating right now. So when women are more confident, firstly, they will actually strive hard to complete something, because now they have more self-esteem and they are more confident about themselves as a whole. And secondly, it can create a more productive space for people to work as, because now women are coming together and working together, and they will produce a more productive community, which I will elaborate later. Another thing is, my next point is promoting inclusivity, because now we are including women from different races, genders, and religious background together. When we create this type of feminist narrative, we will have this type of community where all women are accepted, and they will come together to work together. Because when we have this type of feminist narrative, maybe like people online, maybe like Twitter, for example, people will like have this type of communities where they actually self-empower themselves, because when you have this type of feminist narratives, people will feel good about themselves and they'll feel accepted. And so moving on, another point, we will create a more positive community environment that is beneficial for the country. Why? Because now we are actually spreading positive message, and women will actually support each other more. And when people support each other, they will work together towards a type of complement or a type of work. And when people work together, it actually creates a very conducive environment for people to work at. So we not only boost women confidence, but we are also creating a more positive environment for them. And another reason as to why female narratives in advertisement of fashion or beauty products is important. But before that, any POI? No, okay, I'll continue. It is also a good way of advertising, because now beauty products companies are telling women what they need to hear, because they're telling them that you should actually feel good about themselves, you should feel empowered. And so women will actually like listen to these types of feminist narrative, and they will feel really empowered. And so I can link this with what the opposition has said, which is promoting women's rights. Now women will feel so empowered that they will know what they can do, and they will promote women's rights. And also, now that women know that they are important, that they are much more confident about themselves. They can actually push themselves forward and work with other people together. And there are actually, and let's compare. Okay, so in our world, we actually strive for women's empowerment by making women feel more secure about themselves and feel better about themselves in general, and to create a more positive environment for both genders. In opposite world, women are insecure about themselves and they don't have a type of solution to fix this. So we believe that our world is so much better, and we win on these two matrices. First, magnitude. We actually help more women who are insecure on themselves and giving them a type of community where they can work together and strive together and increase the country's productivity. And when you increase the country's productivity, you actually have more resources and more people who would actually go for research, etc. Secondly, vulnerable groups, the women themselves, they will feel so much more empowered to do such, to actually go all out to maybe finish a work or just a more conducive environment. And with that, so proud to propose.
All right, thank you, Deputy Prime Minister. I now invite Deputy Leader of Opposition.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, you're fine.
Okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Chairman, Honorable Educator and fellow speaker, I'm Chungja from Puteh. Here am I going to tell you why this House will not support the inclusion of feminist narrative in advertisement of fashion products. So based on what said by the second Deputy Minister of the government, regarding the empower issues, we found that the women are not supporting each other. They are rather just continue to comparing their beauty and also fight over to choose who are looking better. And also, you say that they are comparing each other positively, but we found that there are still have the cons and also negative impacts of this comparative. And you say this female advertising can help the women to strive for their rights and also become more confident. But do you know that we actually will feel stressed and also anxious because of the perfect and also already over perfected stated in the female advertising. So we can't really feel confident as stated. However, we will suffer from the body dissatisfaction and also some mental health issue like depression. They will be broken in the girls and also women society. And according to the statistic, the woman advertising is not good because they are creating a stereotype for the woman portrayed. Like you know that the Victoria's Secret, they are female model that have classic hourglass and also teen body shape. And this is, I know this is a perfect body shape for them to advertise for you, but this really causes anxiety in the woman society to suffer from the negative effect like the excessive of teenage. And in China, this female advertising has caused a problem in their society to strive for excessive body thinness. And the next point I would like to share is about the sexual exploitation because of this feminist narrative in advertisement of beauty product and also fashion. Now, sexuality can be a powerful motivator, and many advertisements use this sexually explicit imagery to help them to sell their product. And this, I would like to give you some evidence, like multiple different advertisements. Their model seems to look like they are having sex, and most of the time, the product so is not the main focus on the quality of the product, but the attention is on the body shape of the models, like the half neck models in Calvin Klein jeans. Now, as a consumer, so our focus will be instantly drawn to the sweaty models that are half neck and also lying on the push. Yeah. And they are saying that wear this product and you will have sex. So this is the negative consequences and the wrong way of advertising a product in fashion and also beauty products in the institution. While I would like to give a positive way in advertising. So we should advertise our product in a more positive and also beneficial way, like content advertising. So why don't you just take your product in the quality and also providing them the more further information about the specific
UI.
the specification of the products. Yes.
So actually, this motion is actually revolving around feminist narratives, not like having the image, like having sex or those like pictures. It's about feminist narratives.
I would like to explain that this feminist narrative in advertisement are just providing a way for the business company to just sell their product in this way, just sexual exploitation and causing this problem to occur. So this is what the negative effect that I would like to explain to you. Okay, back to the content advertising. Actually, we should focus more on the product feature, like about the foundation. The tone and also the color should be advertised in a color table so that you can know the way to choose your foundation also. Yeah. So why are we using this feminist narrative in advertisement? We have many ways to advertise our product, and not only this, that comes with many effects that cannot be curbed 100% in the society and causing many problems to the woman. So that's why business, I know, really need advertising, but we do not need to display women as an object to sell their products. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Deputy Leader of Opposition. I now invite Government Whip.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
All right, thank you. I'm going to start my speech in 3, 2, 1. A very good afternoon to everyone. I'm the third speaker of the government team, and today I'll be rebutting the opposition's points. First, without any ado, I'd like to move on to the first speaker. The first speaker stated that we always choose beautiful women in advertisements, right? However, I would like to state one more time that this debate is the whole debate is revolving around the feminist narratives in advertisements of fashion, of beauty. The narratives, feminist narratives, examples, I murdered, beauty has no limits, love her curves. These are just words. So appearance should not appear in this debate at all. So anything to do with appearance should not stand. And the opposition clearly does not understand the motion. Now, besides that, opposition also stated that we are using it as a marketing strategy, and we're exploiting these people for profit, and it will also damage this feminist movement. However, since opposition also stated that there's no genuine goals to help feminism. So sure, the worst case scenario, the starter of this company, sure, he may not actually or genuinely support feminism. However, this movement, by just supporting this ideology, it still brings a very good outcome. It still brings benefits to women, to feminists, by giving them more confidence, by letting them accept themselves for however they are and not be discriminated through social media over and over again. Now, besides that, opposition also stated that it's just reinforcing gender stereotypes. However, these are just assumptions and there's no actual evidence and no elaborations to back this up. So I do not believe that point stands. Next up, I would like to move on to the second speaker. Second speaker, most of these points are similar to the first speaker, but I'll just go through them once again to make sure there's no flaws in the speech. First things first, opposition speaker 2 stated that women are not supporting each other, and instead they're comparing with each other instead. However, if you're talking about feminists here, you're talking about feminists who supports the entire woman ideology and how women should be empowered and be equal as women and be equal as men. However, if they don't support each other, how would in any way would they be able to be unserialized into equal as men? So obviously it's been throughout history of feminism, most of them actually branch together to form a large group to support each other to fight against the dominant male side. Moving on, Speaker 2 also stated that it actually stresses them because it actually stresses women because of their body being imperfect, and they compare with our governments and they compare with the advertisement appearances, right? However, I have stated this once and I'll state this again. This debate is revolving narratives and has nothing to do with their appearances. So just by feeding them these positive narratives like I'm worth it, beauty has no limits, this will in no way harm them. It does not give any stress. All you're doing is just giving them more confidence. And opposition also stated that it will cause depression. And I have said this twice and I do not want to say this anymore because it is, after all, just words. Now, next on, opposition also stated that in China, female advertisement caused people to strive for body thinness. And honestly, this thing still ties back to appearance, because when people see these Chinese advertisements, they see how thin their body are, how perfectly white, how beautiful it was. And of course, it ties back to the argument being about narratives, about being kind words. So this point is also this example is also out of the way. Next on, opposition also stated that it causes sexual exploitations. However, I believe that sexual exploitation actually exists in both of our worlds. But matter of fact, in our world, it only decreases sexual exploitations. And if we do not give this ideology which is in their world, sexual exploitations will actually happen more often. Why is that? Because in our world, after giving women this confidence, this friendly environment, people will be able to accept these women and won't think them as objects, and therefore by feeding them confidence and seeing them as they are, sexual exploitation should not stand. Besides that, I'd like to move on to weighing. Now, if we look closely in both of our points, in our side, we are making women more confident, giving them a more positive environment, letting them accept themselves, and overall a friendlier workspace, which of course are exclusive benefits. However, on the opposition side, they have not given us a alternative or a more efficient method as to the benefits we have. So I believe our points should stand after I have rebutted all of their points. And most of their arguments, if not only talking about the appearance, the disadvantages of appearance, which is completely unrelated to this debate, they have been just trying to poke holes but failed. So in conclusion, I believe that the government should very obviously win this debate, and I am so proud to propose. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Government Whip. I now invite Opposition Whip.
Hello, can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Wait a minute. Okay, I'm gonna start in 3, 2, 1. So, good afternoon, honorable adjudicators, fellow speakers, ladies and gentlemen. I am Mbili Ong from SMJK Tanah Puteh. I, as the third speaker, are gonna summarize what we have said and give a rebuttal to the government. So today we ask the opposition does not support this motion, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna start with my rebuttal. So for my rebuttal, I don't understand why they said that if there is feminist narrative, then the women can work together. But when there is no feminist narrative, we still can work together perfectly fine with other people. And now I'm gonna summarize. So firstly, we said that some individuals and businesses believe that advertisement should remain neutral and solely focus on promoting products without any particular social or political narrative. Secondly, we said that some companies might fear that incorporating feminist narrative could lead to controversy or backlash from certain segments of their customer base who hold different beliefs. And moreover, we said that some brands may use feminist narrative solely as a marketing strategy without genuinely supporting the cause, which could be seen as exploitative or insincere. Yeah, they said that if someone in the company didn't actually support or do what the company said, if the company workers are women and the men didn't actually follow what the brand said, they are gonna be more crushed and not gonna believe what other people said even more, giving them trust issue. Moving on, we said some individuals argue that advertisement should primarily focus on the features and benefits of the product themselves rather than promoting specific social agendas. In addition, companies might conduct market research that indicates their target audiences prefer advertisement without explicitly feminist narratives. So in conclusion, it's essential to recognize that opinions on this matter can vary widely, and there is ongoing debate about the role of social and political narratives in advertising. Ultimately, advertising strategies that are determined by individual companies based on their values, target audiences, and marketing objectives. Some companies may choose to incorporate feminist narrative to align with their values and reach a particular market segment, while others may take a different approach. All things considered, we do not support the inclusion of feminist narrative in advertisement of all fashion and beauty products, as this should remain neutral and solely focus in the product instead. that is all. I wish I have said all the points and rebut what they have said. That's all. Thanks.
All right, thank you, Opposition Whip. I now invite Opposition Reply.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
All right, so wait, let me set up my timer. So I'll be starting in 3, 2, 1. So, good afternoon, honorable adjudicators, worthy opponents, ladies and gentlemen. So basically what we've stated for this entire debate is that we've been emphasizing on the detrimental stuff that can happen if we include feminist narratives in advertisements of fashion and beauty products. Well, the rebuttals given by the government, they keep saying that we are focusing on feminist narratives, but they themselves have also given us examples that do not quite connect to this topic. Now, basically today, I want to convince you that we are in the correct spot. We are saying the right thing. We just want to emphasize that including feminist narratives in advertisements of fashion and beauty products is not good, because this doesn't only decrease the self-trust that women have because they are seeing such beautiful women in advertisements. They lose confidence and trust in themselves. Yes, it could work. It could give them confidence and boost them, but imagine if it was the other way around. They could also lose confidence and feel bad for themselves because they don't look as good as the women in the advertisements. And then when they said people around will give them bad comments, that's not necessarily correct. There's kind people out there. So yeah, that's my point. So besides that, what I want to say is the inclusion of feminist narratives is not, the inclusion of feminist narratives in advertisements of fashion and beauty products is not that good. And we should definitely not support the inclusion of feminist narratives in advertisements of fashion and beauty products, because you really need to consider the detrimental stuff that's going to happen to women with low self-esteem when they see other beautiful women. And moreover, the government said that women will work together after looking at these commercials, advertisements, and feeling more confident they work together. But just like what my second and third speaker said, we do not believe that that is going to happen. We believe that women are just going to continue comparing each other's beauty. So that's the end of my reply speech. Thank you very much. I hope that I've proved to you that we are in the right. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Op Reply. I now invite Gov Reply.
Okay, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, thank you. I'll start my speech in 3, 2, 1. Now, there are two main clashes to this debate. First, exploitation. The opposition has been saying that companies can actually exploit money from people because they based on people, they can actually earn more money because more people will come and buy their products. But like the government have said it multiple times. Okay, even if this is true, But like my first speaker has said, this is actually a win-win situation. So because even if this is true, women and companies still get what they want. Women will still be empowered and the companies will still gain their money. And in the end, both sides actually win. And we actually, both sides actually wins. The people and the company, both sides actually wins, and they actually reach their own motive. Both of them, the woman actually have gained more confidence and the company will gain their money. So both sides actually wins, like my first speaker has said. Now the second clash for positive community. We actually provide a more positive community because now women are actually supporting each other, while the opposition kept on saying that this is bad. And they have come up with the negative case where they did not give an alternative on how they can actually make it better, but they kept on saying that, you know, our model is actually bad, but have not gave more elaboration on that. And next, our 3 winning matrices. First, magnitude. Now, in the government side, we strive to help women and empower women who are insecure of themselves and create a more positive environment and make sure that, you know, they can strive and work as a whole together, because now women are more empowered and more confident of themselves and they can increase their self-esteem. Now, secondly, the knock-on impacts of this. Because now women are actually more empowered and they will actually think that, you know, they are good enough and work harder to be equal with males. And when you work together, you will actually get a more friendlier workspace, which creates a more productive workspace and conducive environment for people to strive and research together and increase the technological advancement or even the stability of a country. Now, third and most importantly, the women themselves, because now we are essentially giving women more self-acceptance and a more inclusivity for them, which can spread a positive message, and now women can support each other more and create such a good environment that they will actually be so acceptance for themselves. And this house, we understand women and support women, and the opposition has failed to say, oh, to actually say why this is bad, because now we are actually more understanding of women and giving them a chance to be more inclusive of themselves and support themselves more. Thank you.